morning, everybody, and welcome to our business planning here at the Chantilly office of RE/MAX Gateway. What I wanted to do before we got started with the presentation is kind of go over a couple things, get your mind in the right place to begin the business planning. I've written down a couple ideas I think would be helpful to you as we move forward. So let me just get right into it. Imagine starting a business, which you all have done. You basically do have your own real estate business. Whether you think you do or not, you're an entrepreneur and you've got that going for you, which is great. But you only had a vague concept of what you were going to do. You know, were you going to sell cell phones in Europe? Are you going to breed dogs in the Midwest? How would investors look at that? I don't think they look at it very favorably, and neither would you. And that's what most realtors do, is most realtors get into this business without having a true game plan of how they're going to accomplish their goals, what they're going to set out to do in business this year, and even business going forward after this year. So one of the things that we want you to do is that we want you to have a clearly defined business plan. We want you to have an action plan for accomplishing those goals. We want you to track numbers to keep you on target where you need to go and where you need to be. And the workbook that we've prepared for you helps set those objectives out for you in a clear and concise way. We want you to get down the road to success quickly and easily. Now, some of you don't have this already in place, and some of you do, so it's a good exercise for you to build a baseline for those of you who don't have it, and it's a good way for you to tweak those of you who do have it. So, as we work through today, I want you to think about the following questions. What are your goals as a realtor? Is it money? Is it number of transactions? Is it the number of satisfied clients? Is it cutting expenses? Is it growing revenues? There really has to have some clearly defined goals there. But the important thing is that you need to write them down and they need to be acted upon. Do you have what it takes to set and reach the goals that you set for yourself? Do you have the knowledge? Do you have the experience? Do you have the sphere of influence? Do you have the networking capabilities? Do you have the time? And most importantly, do you have the desire to achieve the goals that you're going to write down and set? Think hard before you write them down, because you don't want to write them down and not accomplish them, because if you don't accomplish them, you're not going to want to go back out and reset new goals. It just doesn't happen if you don't accomplish them. So make them realistic. How will your goals be achieved? What's your plan of action? How will you structure your day to achieve these goals to make sure that they do get to fruition as you write them down? Are you in the right frame to make this happen? Is your attitude on the right track? As Zig Ziglar says, stinking thinking just doesn't work. You need to be in the right frame of mind. Are you willing to be accountable for being and tracking your key performance indicators? Key performance indicators are some of the things that we just touched on before. But are you willing to sit down and meet with us one-on-one? Are you willing to go to the business planning classes? Are you willing to do what it takes to make this a success for you? Are you willing to put together a gap analysis? A gap analysis basically is where you take where you are today and where you want to be in the future and determine what needs to be done, what needs to be tweaked, and what needs to happen in order for you to get to the desired result that you're writing down in your book. And also, are you willing to review those, to make adjustments as time goes on throughout the year to make sure that your goals and that your business plan is aligned with where the market is? Because as you know, the market changes, financing changes, your clients' needs are going to change, short sale requirements are going to change. There's any number of things, and you need to be reviewing your plan and then also be willing to make those adjustments to make it happen. As you go through today, think strategically. As Stephen Covey says, you need to think with the end in mind. You start at the end and work backwards. And we'll be doing some exercises with income goals, number of transactions, and so forth that are going to get you there as we move forward throughout the day. But the main thing is, are you ready to be all you can be and stop making excuses? If so, let's go ahead and get started.